in-between phases of totally active state, like right now, then going towards the totally non-active state where we don't even remember anything. So if we are able to pass through this stage, we fall asleep. The brain will take about 90 minutes, first phase of falling asleep in the night. This first 90 minutes is of one sleep cycle, where we enter into this unconscious state, completely gone, then somehow we start to come back from this very deep state, then we dream a little bit, then we come back a little bit, then we keep on cycling through these phases. Now this is where most of us have difficulties continuing our sleep, because once we are out of this deep phase, delta sleep, and we start coming more out, dream, a little bit out, we may be awakened by anything, even our movement or changing of our body position can wake us up. You may have heard, if you meditate, your mind will be clear, you may be able to think better, you may be able to perform better, find solutions to your problems better. And all of this is referring to these states where you enter with your consciousness into the altered states. Now, coming from meditation background, what Tantra also says is deep sleep, meditation, and death is the same thing. And now I was questioning, how are those all same things? And it all comes to these focus states and phase. And why I'm saying here, talking about death on this one, is because people have also reported, especially during out-of-body experiences when they are almost killed, or near-death experiences, let's say, during a surgery table or heart failure or a very strong accident, and they are suddenly out of their body, they meet their dead ancestors, they talk with them, they receive some insights, they come back, and then their life is suddenly different. If a person was very nasty or really bad around everybody, suddenly changes, becomes really good. And this is a huge thing that we are still not talking about. But there are experiences around the world. Now I'm bringing this topic here because there may be some things that you could use around this. You will see a sudden change while you suddenly find yourself in that situation, or whether you are almost awake in the middle of the night, what you can do. So think about this movement called kinesthetic movement, which is not necessarily physical movement, but the feeling of moving your body. If you gently, really slowly move any part of your body, you will feel that first you will feel the kinesthetic movement, then your physical movement will follow. Right? You can do that right now. You can very slowly raise your hand and you can feel this. First movement happens inside, and then your physical movement follows. So this movement. And you can do these kinds of movement. For example, as you're lying down, you imagine yourself you're walking with this kinesthetic movement. Or you're swimming. Or you're climbing a rope. Or you are rolling left or right. Gently rolling left or right. Or you're simply trying to wake up without moving the body. So these are the techniques that you can apply. If you apply this right before falling asleep with the thought that you may get out, and if you feel that you're almost awakened during the night, then you will again try this technique, then fall asleep. Then what may happen is you may actually get out of the body at some point. Now let's try to see how to do forced falling asleep technique, let's say, where you can lie down already now.
I don't feel the body at some point, but the noise for me was nice, and at some point when I was walking in country work, I felt like the vibration, like in the body, and I guess I sometimes traveled with my body, feeling it like in other parts of city.
Quite early on, I felt like, especially my head, like my face and everything was like being pulled down, as if like a brick was put on my head. So I felt it like all throughout.
Going that near sleep state while being dressed up, and so when I woke up and I was feeling that heavy weight on my body, I felt it was interesting that my skin felt the t-shirt on my body as if it was weighting like something like a metal heavy thingy. So the sensations were over the top.
For me, it wasn't like falling asleep, but at one point, like towards the end, I realized I wasn't feeling like my body, and then I started to, like, I didn't move, but I started to feel that it was so heavy and like merging with the floor, basically. And for the visualization part, it was like drawings. Like it was like this levitating colors and stuff in the air.